Yo, people, you telling me we're back again for another Red Talk? Flawless, what's good, bro?
I'm blessed, man. You are good and everything, yeah?
Yeah. Man's good, man. And it's weird, man. Man kind of got, I wouldn't say breaking news, but do you know what I mean? We got a little update literally just before you went live as well. More promising transfer talks, innit? So yeah, man. I can't lie, bro. It's one of them ones where I'm all right for now. You know, like that. Man's all right for now, bro. Man's one loss away from losing my mind, fam. You know them way there.
We don't need that, man. We don't
But
need
we're all
your
right
losses.
though. You know what I'm saying? We're all right though. This is the one, man. Like Wheeler, bro. Man said United intend on triggering the release clause for Cunha 65 million. 62.5 million and 30 million for Delap to sign both players once the transfer window is over. And United want to wrap up both deals as quick as possible. The good thing about Cunha having a release clause is obviously we can do what we did with Xerxes and go above the release clause
to pay in installments.
And pay in installments, which kind of makes release clauses better. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they're saying that Wolves are open to take installments, which is great.
Yeah, because they're looking more money across a longer period of time rather than just the 62.5 million as a lump sum.
Yeah, that's it. And then it helps with PSR as well because they can split the money over different years. Do you know what I mean? So it's decent. And then obviously Delap as well, which was my
he was your preferred choice, yeah.
Was my preferred choice over Osimhen. Kind of means if we do get Delap, it looks like Osimhen's probably going to be Chelsea bound, which I'm not too mad at. But yeah, man, where do you stand on those two signings? If those are the deals we're kicking the window off with, yeah, I can't lie. The only way is down because we can't do better than that.
Yeah,
I'll be real, bro.
That's such a rant way of looking.
No, but it's the truth. If we kick off the window like that, yeah, bro, I swear down, everything else is underwhelming. Unless they go get me a turkey or something.
Yeah, but even outside of the turkey, let's say they go and get, I don't know what goalkeeper you want, but let's say they go get a goalkeeper of your preferred choice and they go get Angel Gomez on the free. Like that would be
on the free is you need to do that anyway. You know?
Yeah. But what I'm saying is that wouldn't be underwhelming. That would be a good. If you imagine you see that breaking news. Imagine we're live right now and it broke and it was like Angel Gomez they're in conversations with. What would your reaction be?
No, I hear it, but bro, remember when we got Zlatan and Pogba? Like it's like like after you do that. It's kind of like, all right, then, bro, you brought my Mkhitaryan. Who cares, bruv? You know, you get it? Like, no,
I get what you're saying. Yeah, because with Cunha, over the moon. I'm trying to keep my feet on the ground in regards to Cunha because the deal's not done. And if we don't get him, he's one of those I'd be like, that's a big miss. Because I rate him highly. When we spoke about him, Cunha would have been top of my list in regards to getting. He has everything that is required, I think, within his skill set to be successful here. That obviously we know about his technical attributes. First touch, ball control, dribbling, can go past the man. Very, very good finisher. Right foot, left foot, outside the box, inside the box, all of these things. Also has the physical attributes, something we lack. Great ball carrier. Good acceleration with the ball and without the ball. Strong, lovely agility, great balance, etc. And also something that I like that some people don't like is the temperament he has. Because I've heard people mention it about his attitude.
He's got the right amount of arrogance in it that you need at a club like Man United. He's got that Eric Cantona about him where he doesn't give a fuck, bro.
That's what we need. He has that he has that arrogance, he has that confidence, he has that aggression. Like he'll kick up a man. You need that. You know what I'm saying? We need more.
He was signing Man United shirts before the game. You know the ones like in his Wolves tracksuit, bro. Like this is the kind of bread that you sign. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like, brother, this man was signing Man United shirts, before the game. Like, and then man was rubbing the grass on his legs. He don't give a fuck. Like, he was like, yo, bro, like, man might as well get comfortable now. Like, this is...
I like that. And that's where I'm at with it. So with Cunha, certified, man. Like, that's it. Wrap up Haven. That's exactly what it is. So he fits it. And I think a lot of players come here and are like overwhelmed by Manchester United and the size of the club and the badge. Yeah. I think he'll flourish. I think he'll be like, I'm up for the challenge and up for the task. Also a good fee as well, whether it is the 62.5 million or it's slightly more because of the installment. So with Cunha, no problem. And he's someone I think guarantees us goals and assists. He walks into the first team. I think he gets minimum 15 league goals. And that's something I've been talking about for like the past year now in regards to having players who I look at in the team and go, do you give me 15 league goals? Yes. You play 38 league games, you get me minimum 15 league goals, and you also get assists. I think he's a great foil for others. I look at him, I look at Doggy on that other side. I can see that link up already. And again, some much needed athleticism and pace and strength down that side as well, with Doggy overlapping. So I can see that link up. And whoever the striker is, let's say it is Delap, I think he's a good foil for him too. And we don't have to worry about him settling into the Premier League or settling in Manchester. It's like you're up the road in the Midlands. Presume he lives in Wolverhampton or close. So you're down the road pretty much. So I'm with it. It's better, one of the better players from within the Premier League. So over the moon about it.
Yeah, this is it. So for me, like when I look at that, so it's a great signing. Like I said earlier, I think we need 5 players, and the bonus 6 can be a goalkeeper. But I think we need 2 midfielders, we need 2 10s, and we need a striker in it. And it's one of them ones where if Cunha is one of the 2 10s, like even if we pay that release clause and say we give them 65, do you know what I mean? But we pay it over 3 seasons years. Or whatever. Like we're paying 20 odd million for him. You go get a Delap, it's 30 million. That's still 50 something. That's still 50 something million. And then the man is saying Cherokee 25. Say if it's not Cherokee, say it's like a Tyler Diblin or something for the right 10 as well. Another player. You've gone and got 3 players that are in the Premier League already. Do you know what I mean? Like I think it's smart business, and to me, Tyler Diblin's not going for more than Delap. He's not. So that's another 30 million.
Yeah, hopefully, if we do go in for him, he kicks up a fuss to the point.
Yeah, but he will though. He's only got 2 years left.
Yeah.
He's
only got 2 years, so you got to sell him. They have to sell him. If he decides and says, I don't want to play in the Championship, other teams will be in for him. Go get a Tyler Diblin. Cherokee impressed me in that second leg against us as well. Whether it's him for 20 million, cool. And then I look at that as a trio, and then you add in Mano, add in Xerxes as options as well. You go, okay, we've got options not only in the starting 11, there's now options off the bench. And then you add in Amber at right wing back, Doggy at left wing back. That's an attack. I go, okay, we are going to create and score now. We cause problems to defenses.
100%.
That's where it is, and it's a vast improvement on what we have. None of this going 20 games without a goal and all this rubbish.
And we do that, and it doesn't cost a lot of money, Flawless, because if you look at it, if you look at, you pay your 20 million installment for Cunha, you pay the 30 million for Delap's not going to be up front anyway. It's going to be over the duration of the contract, whatever. We'll probably give him a 5-year contract. You look at a Tyler Diblin as well. Say he costs 30 mil as well. That's still 60 mil plus another 60. Say we do 65 in the release clause or whatever. That's 120 million for 3 players. Yeah, we're not going to pay more than. We're not going to pay more than about 45 to 50 million for the 3 of them in the first year. It don't matter. And we still got Anthony to move on. We still got Rashford to move on. We got Hoyland potentially and Garnacho to move on.
And you added a Malacia as well to that.
Well, there you go. And then and potentially a Casemiro to move on, even though I'd keep him. And then you look at the fact that Xerxes can play in the 9 as well as a 9 option and a 10 option. You got Kobe as a 10 option. Do you know what I'm saying? So, like, bro, you've got better options. You got better options, bro. And you're condensing the squad, but there's no fake depth. I'd rather we're a bit like Man City, where our depth is coming from the academy instead of having false depth, like your Victor Lindelofs and do you know what I mean? These kind of guys, like, they're not real depth in that. It's like, bro, I'd rather you just go and get a youth from the youth team. A man know that he's on 20 grand a week, bro, and that's your depth. You know them ones instead of having depth that's on 120k, bro.
Yeah, I've been screaming about this from Spider-Man rooftops about playing youth players since Amarim got here. I've been saying I didn't watch the game live against Wolves, but I watched it back, and from what I seen and what everyone said, Fredrickson played and he did okay. So I'm like, why has he not been utilized before? We all seen what Heaven did when he played, Collier when he played, to a lesser extent, even though it was limited minutes. Cheeto, like I said, try these youth players. Amas when he's played, like he can do no worse than Delo.
Yeah, Harry Amas done really well in the last game, and you know what it is, I deeped it, defensively he's not good, but I don't care because man don't need defensively good wing backs, bro. Like you know the ones like
forward.
Man don't need it. Man need a man that can cross, and he can cross. He can cross, and also he's reasonably press resistant. That's
He's
it.
good enough on the ball. He's technically sound. We're not
Yeah.
asking for brilliant play. Like I said, I'd be much more critical of players and want set criteria if we were chasing down a Premier League or Champions League. That's not the MO at this moment in time. So it's just about getting better, improving. The fact that people are being so heavily critical of a Cunha or a Delap or whoever, it's about improving on what we have to become just one of the better teams in the Premier League and a competent unit. This is why I've been saying play youth players. Try it. Heaven plays, Collier, Cheeto, and Massa. I look at them all and I go, you lot can do something. You mentioned it there about depth. If they're on the bench alongside a couple of others, all right. But it seems in the attack where we're getting it together. We're getting it patterned. We're getting it sorted. And I like
the most important area because we've let goals for 3 to 4 seasons now. And you know what? If you just buy better attackers, you'll score more goals by default.
Yes, because they'll just do their thing. And the thing is, we actually in this system have gotten into situations and positions where we should have done better. But it's just when you have two people who do nothing in Højlund and Garnacho in regards to goals, you're going to have that. We're literally playing with 2 men down in attack. These men don't score. Both went 20 plus games without a goal. Give that to a Cunha and Delap. Even with a Bruno there or Maino or Xerxes, you're going to score more goals. Because our goal issues have been long coming. Like I said,
I think Xerxes,
once in less than years.
I think Xerxes is a striker, when we get 210s. Do you know what I'm saying? And this comment, I agree. If we get Cunha, we should keep Casemiro. But
keep him anyway.
You know what it is, Xerxes came on. He came on and scored the header in it. What game was that? Was that
the Lyon game?
Okay, the Lyon game, bro. And like one thing I've been impressed with Xerxes, is the way that he's kind of any challenge that's kind of been thrown his way. He's kind of he's embraced it. You know them ones. It's like he's coming to the league. The league is a bit more physical. At the beginning, people were saying he's struggling with the pace. He's struggling with physicality. Now I'm seeing this guy, like he's actually bullying centre backs. I'm seeing this guy running into people and crashing into people, and he's putting himself about in it. And his aggression is 100% increased. He's running more now. Not that he wasn't running before, but now he's actively a bit more tenacious with his play. And I think that he can 100% be a 9 in this system. And I think between him and Delap here, I think they could be the 9s. 100% they could be the 9s. He can be the 9. He can be a 9 alternative, and he can also be a 10 option. And I think that having players that play multiple positions, that you can rotate, that's what City have been doing forever. That's why it's made City's squad look deeper than it is. City have always had a 16-man squad, but you feel like they've got 2 players for every position because you've got players that can play 3 positions like Gundogan or 4, or players like Foden that can play left wing, right wing. We've seen him in the 10, we've seen him in the 8, and we've also seen him in the false 9. We need more players like that, and then we can get rid of the dead weight and the extras. Do you know what I'm saying? Like the Lindelofs, these are extras, bro. Like that's what they are, because they're players that they're players that if you got someone like an Aiden Heaven, that you don't need Lindelof. You don't need Lindelof.
Lindelof and Maguire should not be playing ahead of him.
Yeah.
Not a chance. There's no way. Lindelof's been here 8 years. We know what you give us. Maguire's been here however long. You know what? Once a player's been at your club 3+ years, you know pretty much the level of where they're at, whether they increase, the slight increase, what when they drop below their level, but roundabouts. If they're average, they're going to be below average or above average. That's just so obvious. But yet we continue to hold on these players, play heavy. Like that's where it is with that. But with Amorim, the man said he hates most our technical players, and it worries me. Well, if we continue at this rate, we're adding to the technical level as well as the physical level. Because Cunha technically is sound.
And physically, Cunha is very, very aggressive as well.
Yeah, he fits it to a T. You mentioned it there about crashing into centre backs and crashing into defenders with Xerxes, and I think that's just come with confidence. That's why he's picking up the ball even in that area and dribbling past players as well. And Cunha, when he got sent off, he's slapping staff members of the other team. He don't fit. He don't care. And you need that type of thing. And Bremo as well, he's another one. Not saying we're gonna go.
And Buemo would be a great. Right 10, bro. If we man can get Mbuemo, and Cunha, and Delap, that's 3 Premier League players again. Like I stress, go get Premier League players.
Yes.
I mean, I don't want to hear none of this premium bollocks, bro. We're gonna have loads of money to spend. Like, you get rid of Rashford, Anthony, Garnacho, Højlund, because this is false. This is false depth that I'm talking about. Garnacho and Højlund. Garnacho and Højlund are not depth, bro. Like, they're not good. Like, if man can get a combined 60, 70 million for both of them, you take that 70 mil, because that 70 mil, pays up front, for Cunha, Delap, and whoever. That 70 million covers the first installment.
Easy. That's so what get rid of them. So much, yes. Because you mentioned it, they're extras. That's what they're man.
Yeah, they're extras, bro. Oh, well, you're better off having players like Kobe that can play in the double pivot if you need, even though I don't want to see him there, and in the 10. Players like Xerxes that can play in the 10 and the 9. Players like Bruno that can play in the double pivot and the 10, even though I don't want to see him there. You're better off having one player for 2 positions than having 2 players and one of them shit. Because managers eating up the wages.
Yeah, managers eating up wages and taking the space. You mentioned it, extras. It's like a soap, man. And you just got man in the back. What's my man who's always in the back on EastEnders, man? The black, is it Winston? You don't get no line. That's it, yo. Man, just moving like Winston. It's like, yo, you not needed. You just been in the show for years, got no lines. These man got no lines.
Trust me, just the black guy in the market and that. You know the yeah, bro.
Holding the apple like he's Carlito. Like, that's it, yo. That's it. So in regards to it, so like I'm fully with it in regards to let our depth be youth. We're not chasing down Premier League or Champions League. That's when you need to be like you mentioned Manchester City, where it's more quality off the bench and more proven. Don't need that. We're literally in Europe. Like, well, if we win the Europa League, Champions League, cool. We ain't gonna be one of the favorites for that. We're not chasing down the Premier League or top 4. It's about just getting better and being a competent unit. Let's please crawl before we decide to walk and start running, because we are going nowhere at this moment in time. And those two are big on Matthew. Those two are terrible, Højlund and Garnacho. If you can move them on alongside Anthony, Rashford, that's money there. So you add that money to the pot we already have. There's more than enough. More than enough.
And like he said here, Garnacho and Rashford are pure profit on the PSR, bro. Pure.
100%. So you got Garnacho, you got Rashford, you got Højlund, you got Sancho, you got Anthony, you got Malacia. That's 6. Yeah, man. If I say Winston, that's before my time. I was saying maybe he was.
Bro, we can move on. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like the fact that we can move on, like six ballers, like 2 of them are pure profit. Do you know what I'm saying? And Højlund's just pure relief. It don't even matter how, like, it doesn't matter what it is, bro. Even if we get 30 mil for this year, brother, just knowing that he don't play for my team and that number 9 shirt is vacant, is sensational.
Yeah. He is beyond. He's beyond terrible. Calling him terrible is disrespectful to actual terrible players. Like, because as bad as I think Garnacho is, he is just way worse.
The thing is, not Maguire. I don't think we sell Maguire. The reason why I don't say you need sell Maguire is because, bro, we might need an emergency striker, blood. You know them ones. So I think he keeps Maguire now, guys. I'll be real. I'm not mad at the Harry Maguire situation, but I want him to be
emergency
like
striker.
I want him to be 3rd choice centre back. You know them ones.
Yeah, he should be there. He shouldn't be like you said, he shouldn't be backup to the backup. Let's say it's Delap. There should be one with Delap, then him. Same way with the left side and the right side. It should be him 3rd or 4th on that list. Emergency striker, if you just want to get it into the big man in the box, cool. But other than that, no. I'm tired of the likes of Maguire.
I'll get rid of Luke Shaw before I'd get rid of Maguire.
Tired of Luke Shaw. Again, you mentioned about just
don't play.
No reason don't play. You don't play. Him and Mount don't play. So what's the point? What's the use? Like, let's get rid of him on big wages, and it's like, yo, just move these man on. It is pure relief, 100%.
Yeah, this is it. So for me, like when you were looking at it, I think I see someone tweet it, and I've been saying it for ages, bro. Not only do I not think we missed Lissandro, but I think Lissandro's days are numbered at this football club, because now we've seen, that we don't need him, bro.
Like Euro and heaven over that side.
Bro, even whilst we're losing, I've never heard no one say, "Oh, we miss Lissandro." Even when we're losing, do you know how, do you know, like, bruv, do you know how bad our record is? And I've never heard no one say, "Oh, right, we miss Lissandro." Brother, if they don't miss you when they're losing, they don't need you, my brother.
You know what's crazy? That's how bad our squad is, that the only person that we mentioned in regards to missing it was Ahmad. It was Ahmad and Mano. They were legit, though. I never heard anyone say, we're missing Martinez or Lindelof or Mount. As bad as our attack is, no one's ever said those things. Oh, we need to get I've heard people mention youngsters more. Hey, get Heaven back in the side. Yeah, he was literally
Aiden Heaven left an impression after a couple starts, that man weren't thinking about Lissandro.
No, he wasn't. Yeah, and I don't think Martinez fits this system as well. Because when you're
And
a
he doesn't fit
left-sided
what the
centre back,
manager wants, because the manager wants physicality.
yeah, you have to go out into left-back areas and go and defend, and that's not his game. He's
And you need
better in a
pace.
rigid 4, and he's not the quickest either. And like you said, the lack of physicality. So you need that. The manager needs that, and we need that in this league anyway. So if you're going to add that with a Euro or a Heaven over that side, cool. I'm with it. And that's a crazy comment, TTM. That is mad. And the injuries is a problem as well. This guy gets injured every season. Seems to get, and he gets long-term injuries every season as well. Yo, back in one sec, fam. Yeah, give me one sec.
Yeah, no worries. Man are saying, that Amorim rates Lissandro. Bro, there's no evidence to suggest that that's actually true. There's none. You know them ones, because people are saying, that he rates Garnacho or he rates Rasmus Højlund, but there's no evidence to suggest that. The only evidence that I see of this manager is that he likes certain profiles for certain positions. The reason why he plays Rasmus Højlund is because he prefers Højlund's profile in the 9, not because he rates him, because he clearly doesn't. And it's the same with Garnacho. He's saying he's playing Garnacho because Garnacho's the only player that can stretch the pitch for us because he's a willing runner. He doesn't rate Garnacho either, because when you actually listen to how he speaks about Garnacho, it's very obvious he don't rate him. So I don't think he rates Lissandro. Lissandro doesn't have any of the attributes here that this manager talks about. The manager likes pace, physicality. He don't have that. He doesn't have height and physical presence. And if you look at Aiden Heaven and you look at how Lenny Euro play in that left 10, both of them carry the ball and they're quite athletic, bro. Like, Lissandro's got no athleticism in comparison to them. Like, he doesn't carry the ball into midfield, and also he doesn't have recovery pace. So if you don't have recovery pace in a system where the lines in between Amorim's players are really big, they're bigger than a lot of other coaches. I personally don't like how big the gaps are between each offensive or defensive line. I think the gaps are too big. I think when we see smaller gaps, we see the link up like we saw with Bruno and Xerxes, where we nearly got our goal of the season if we would have scored that. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I believe that defensive and offensive lines need to be closer together. This guy likes to play with players on the island, bro. Do you know what I mean?
Our 2 central midfielders are on the island, because not only do they have to cover centrally, they also have to go out into wide areas if the fullbacks or the wing backs have gone forward and go and deal with there. It's a lot of physicality in a very, very physical league. It's mobility. You see it all across the league. When you look at the better teams, probably bar Manchester City, everyone has a high level of physicality of going box to box. Even watching Newcastle Villa, the speed.
Newcastle's team are very, very athletic, bro. Like, they're old fashioned. They remind me of us in the 90s, like under Fergie, like bare Englishman just on running, just cardio and smoke. That's all man was on, like
on crud.
Yeah, bro. We just on bullying, bro.
Yeah, but that death row midfield, even though he got packed up by Villa, like, that is the shield. That's it. You see that Bruno G Tonali, Joe Linton,
crazy, innit?
That NWO midfield right there. But just the speed, even though Newcastle got packed, the speed in which those two teams transitioned on each other is crazy. Yeah. Look at the midfields they had. You got like Joe Linton, Tonali, and Bruno G on one side, Morgan Rogers, Kamara, Onana on the other side. Look how much that is. And then you got the front three that's pacey as well. Barnes, Isak, Jacob Murphy. You got Rashford out there. You got Watkins out there. You have to match that. Just being technically good is not going to... And Bournemouth do the same thing.
The physicality too, you're right.
You got to match it. You got like... Bournemouth have it too. Brighton have it too. And we just lack it. That's why even in the Lyon game, Paul Scholes made a great point. That's why we couldn't take advantage till later with them with 10 men. Because we just don't have the speed, or we don't have the technical players to keep the ball like that to take advantage, and we don't have the
physicality to really
take advantage. It wasn't until they got tired late on that we took advantage. They got better with 10 men. But they just have foot speed for Fano, who created their third and fourth goal, just running, just direct, quick, can't deal with it. So we need to add to that.
Yeah, 100%. And this is what it is. I think what Newcastle do well is they overwhelm teams. With their physicality. They do, man. They got Gordon as well when he's fit. Do you know what I'm saying? When you got Gordon running at you, and then you've got them three in midfield, do you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, bro, it's mental.
Yeah, and then you got Isak you got Livramento who can shift, or Lewis Hall if he's playing left back. And then also, not only, it's not like they're just runners and physicality. They can play technically as well. like they're good enough in there to keep the ball off you. And we see it with Villa. Villa do that very well also. Yeah, and that's it. PMP and aggression with some technical ability in there, perfectly balanced. And we need that across the board because we lack all of that. We lack PMP, we lack aggression, and we lack technical ability. Cunha adds to that. He does
100%.
Yeah.
So even when you look at like a Lewis Hall and all them players, again, these are physical players that know what it takes to play in this league, bro. And I think that Manchester United we need to primarily buy at home, even if it costs more. Do you know what I'm saying? Like they say, you buy cheap, you buy twice, innit? Like we know what we're getting when you buy players that have played in the Premier League and do play in the Premier League, even if there is a slight premium, just the fact that you know what you're getting, brother. Like who can complain?
And that's it, because we can all sit here. There's no unknowns from a fan perspective with Cunha. We've all watched him long enough in play at Wolves. I know exactly what we're getting. Like I watched one of his comps the other week, just sheer quality. And when I've watched him, just sheer quality. He has the pace and power. He has the athleticism, the ball, but then he has the skill to go past players and create for others, and also create for themselves as well. I think when you start looking outside the Premier League is when you reach the level where you're like, okay, we need to go to the next level. So we're trying to go from third, fourth to actually challenging seriously. We're aiming for second, third spot. That's nowhere near where we're at currently. So I like what we're seeing. I really, really do. 110%. I really do.
100%. Wait, someone's commenting there saying, yo, this is PR from Ineos here to distract us from the fact we're battling relegation. I hear it. It might be, but bro, it's working.
It's working because it's actual talks and it's from reliable sources. This ain't just the Mirror or something, or someone on some ITK on 12. Like that's what it is.
Bro. Like the noises
I take with a pinch of salt. The Osimhen thing and 40 million. I don't get why the prices drop so much.
For real. They're saying 40 million for Osimhen before it was 60 mil. Why is it 40 now?
Why is it 40? I look at it and I go, what's happened there? Now, if we could do this, I'm all for this. More so to get rid of Højlund. We can do a swap deal and get him cheap. Cool. Get rid of him, man. Please. With Osimhen, we spoke on it, it's a wage thing. And that's with anybody. I don't want to pay him no big number of wages, but if we can get him and move on Højlund and the wages is decent, why not? I'm all for it. I don't know how it would work. Is it 20 million in Højlund? Is that what they're saying? What would it be? Would it be 30 M's in Højlund? I'm all for it. I
don't know. Do you know what I mean? Like I just think that them deals are complicated. It says return to, so it could be a situation where they take Højlund on loan, maybe. Do you know what I mean? And we buy my man. Do you know what I mean? And we buy my man for like a cut price or something like that. Because I don't know how it works. Swap deals don't tend to work. They don't tend to work, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like I think from a PSR point of view, I think that swap deals, swap deals don't. Apparently, they're not favorable. Just because of how they show up on the balance sheet. So I don't really know. And the thing is, Osimhen's going to be on higher wages than Rasmus as well. So,
absolutely. I'm just more so about getting rid of
how it works.
Yeah, getting rid of him, because even if we send him there on loan, Osimhen's in the last year of his contract after this. United.
Okay, I didn't know he was in his last year of his contract. Okay, so 40 mil sounds a bit real.
After this, because he's got he's got 2 years left now. So next summer it'll be a year. So I don't get why it would drop. But in regards to Højlund, if we did send him to Napoli alone, maybe he does what Rashford has done and Anthony has done and raised his price. Hopefully.
Maybe it's a shot.
Get a little bit more money,
Italy, and then we get more money from someone else. Maybe the season after, if they don't want to keep him. But these men have been linked with Garnacho as well, blood. I just feel like it's too good to be true.
Send them both. You know the thing is Conte there. I get why he would want Garnacho. Because that's his type.
Garnacho's more his kind of player, but Højlund, I don't know.
Højlund ain't no. I think he just looks at it and goes, I can do something with him. That's what I would say. I think he can do that. But send them both there, man. Send them both. You know what I'm saying? If we can get rid of both Garnacho and Højlund, I'd do it just to get rid of them both and bring in them. Because their wages combined, you can put towards Osimhen's a little bit extra and we're good. Yeah, I'm seeing that too. But I don't believe it. But
why would they want Højlund, bro? They've got what? Lukaku.
I don't know why they would want Garnacho.
Højlund is like
I'm confused.
Like a shit version of Lukaku.
He is. But word to my guy Bayesian Pops, man, every pot has a cover, man. Bad players get so. I'm with you, Rants. Trust me, 110%. I can't give you any logical footballing reasons as to why they would want Højlund. But guess what? Bad footballers are sold every summer. I see certain deals and I'm like, why? I don't get whatsoever. What is we've done many of them, but other teams have done, and I'm like, huh? It's like when Chelsea went in for Garnacho in January.
Why? Bro, I was scratching my head thinking about it, yeah, but it's just like,
why?
It gets to a point where, like, why do we care why they want him? Just take the deal.
Yeah. It's like, no, from fans' perspective, I'm just thinking, like, interested in regards to, these are supposed to be the smartest people on the globe in regards to this. You're at the top end of earnings, and you go in what their attack is already struggling. Yeah, let's go get Garnacho. Why? I would love to know the conversation. I'd love to it just intrigues me in regards to what the conversation is they're having in the boardroom that makes them say, yeah, go get this guy who's got 20 games without a goal.
Yeah.
I really don't.
It's a strange one. I big up Mr. Darcy 743 said, I'm torn between Delap and Osimhen. Victor's a better goal scorer, but I don't think he has that terrier-like approach Delap has. Plus, I think the cost. Yeah, he's gonna cost more. He's gonna cost more wages. And I just like Delap better as an all-round player. Do you know what I mean? I think Osimhen is gonna just be a goals by any means, goals, even if it comes off his knee, his ankle, blood. Man's gonna score goals, in it. Like,
it's one of them necessary players.
Yeah, by any means necessary, but aesthetically, he don't pass the eye test for me, innit? It's not a player I would sign, but if we did sign him, I would welcome the signing because I understand the qualities that he does add to the team that we don't currently have. Do you get what I'm saying? So either one of the two I'd be happy with. Delap is my first choice because I think we'll play better football with Delap. Will Osimhen score more goals? Maybe. Do you know what I mean? Quite possibly. We don't really know because I think that Delap will score more goals for Man United than he scored for Ipswich because we're not fucking Ipswich.
Well, exactly. Yeah, we're better than Ipswich. You got 12.
And we're better than Ipswich, so he should get minimum 15 for us next season, yeah, without breaking a sweat. Do you know what I mean? So
15, Cunha 15, tears in my eyes, man. We're talking about strikers. Talk about our attacking players getting double figures in the league.
This is what I'm trying to say. You'll get minimum 15 in the Prem next season, yeah, if he's playing for Man United. So it's one of them ones where when you look at that changes, and then when you look at Ahmad, yeah, even at wing back, he's going to chip in with goals.
He's going to get goals, yeah.
You know,
and whoever the right 10 is,
they're going to chip in with goals. Do you know what
Bruno
I'm saying?
will play in the pivot. He'll get goals.
He'll still chip in with goals. Yeah, 100%. Like,
I like it.
There's going to be goals everywhere in the team, and I think that's the way modern football's moving. I don't think relying on one player to score you goals, I don't think it's smart, and this is why I always prefer strikers like Delap that can do more than score goals, because I don't like the Erling kind of strikers where if they don't score, man are looking at them like, yo, like, what are these man bringing to the team? And that's my only fear with Osimhen. If he's not scoring,
what else are you offering?
Yeah, how does he make the team better if he's not putting the ball in the back of the net? And I just don't see how he does.
I understand that. That's a fair concern to have. I think more so, because of his just willing running, I think that will create so much space for others, because he's one of them. He's a constant, he's an irritant constantly. Oh, every time I watch him, is whether he's playing well or he's playing terribly, he's never quiet. That's what it is. He's a constant threat.
Oh yeah, he's a constant threat.
He'll just run the ball down, run opposition down. And I think he's one of them. In the first 5 minutes of a game, he'll make 3 different runs, spinning left, spinning right, maybe drop short, spinning behind. It's just like you never know where he is. You don't have to worry about his application. And I think just being busy creates a problem. That's what it is. But Delap overall is a better footballer, yes.
Also, Delap he's got that kind of Rooney-like tenacity as well. If you watch him, bro, I've seen man just run and just boot defenders, like he's booting them, like, do you know what I mean? So I don't think you're getting a quiet afternoon with Delap either. Like,
no, Delap, you know that's not a critique of Delap. Delap is also the same. That's why I'm off, especially at that price. I like that's the biggest thing with Delap. I like the price a lot. I like that the wages as well, because he's not going to be an expensive wages too. And also I like a potential link up with him and Cunha, because I'm thinking about combinations as well. I think Cunha with Delap I like a lot. Cunha with Osimhen I like a lot, because I think either of them two strikers are great foils for him and give him more space and more things. And then you have Dorgu on the overlap as well. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. Shout out Abdi Aziz as well, man, for supporting the channel, man. And bro, like I agree about the mentality that the managers put in, the managers setting in, bro. Like it's like I don't think it's ever okay, yeah, to be losing the amount of goals that we're losing, and like, bro, and just losing the amount of games and the way he's picking the teams. And this is why, yeah, I'm kind of like I'm indifferent about the manager because it's like the weird thing is, yeah, say for argument's sake, we don't win the Europa League, he still stays, yeah. We get him these players. It's a fresh start in theory, yeah, because he's got new players and he's got a preseason. But then in the back of my head, I always feel like he didn't deserve that fresh start. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get that.
So no matter what happens after that, for me, he hasn't earned the right to be here. And it's almost like they've kept him because they kind of have to back their horse because they made a big call, yeah, to bring him in the first place. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100% what you're saying. They have to back their horse. This is the guy this is your first guy that is your man's. You lot brought him here, so you have to back him. I fully understand why yourself, many of us have spoke to, are not with Amorim and have supremely underwhelmed. Our form, our results, everything has been completely horrific. However, they've decided to stick with him. And I want these players gone, first and foremost. Big up to Abdi as well. First and foremost, before the manager goes. Now, if the players go and they decide to get rid of the manager, cool. Because these performances and stats and everything else, 2 points off 17th, no back-to-back, it's all dreadful. And it all warrants the sack. But they decide to go with it. So in regards to him deserving it, now there's no excuse. You've brought in new players you wanted. You've also had a preseason. You're not starting off behind. You're starting off level playing field. There's now no excuses to go and perform and get better results. And if you don't, you're going to be under supreme pressure. The board will also be under supreme pressure to sack him as well. That's where I'm at with it. And also, I'm like, if you're not good enough, we're going to find out.
Don't get it twisted, my brother. There'll be none of this. Because remember, before, the narrative, Flawless, was he needs his own players.
Yes.
Don't fuck around and tell me, oh, you know what? The players need time to gel. Like, brother, fuck the gel, bruv. You know them ones. Like, if we don't hit the ground running next season, get him out. You know them ones. I don't want to hear about no gel, bruv.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because we didn't even get a new manager bounce. If we can't get a new player bounce here after preseason, get this guy the fuck out of here, bro.
And that's fair. That's where I'm at with it. You know what I'm saying? That's where I am at with it in regards to the manager. There's no more excuses. Because the only reason why I'm not crashing and criticizing the manager even more is because I'm more tired of the players than I am him. That's where I'm at with it. I don't even want to give the next manager the chance to play some of these players. I'm tired of fresh starts, clean slates, remontadas, all of this nonsense. No, none of that. Because managers come here and turn foolish. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the pressure of the club. I don't know if it's the expectation, but managers come here and there's failing. And then there's failing just to the point where it's like you're trying to sabotage yourself. Like he does certain things and I'm like, you had a free hit pretty much. How you mess up a free hit? How you messed that up? What is going on? I'm saying it's like it's 1 a.m. in the morning and the girl you like text you, are you up? How you messed that up? How?
How? 100%. I don't get it. You gotta be a special kind of stupid to fumble that.
How do you
know no one?
Ten Hag had us in the pits of hell and you find a level lower. How?
Yeah.
All you had to do was just be better. If we had 4 or 5 more wins and was sat 10th, I wouldn't be happy, but I'd be like, okay, you came in and steadied the ship. You didn't even have to win anything. That's the craziest part. The MO with him wasn't go win Europa or the FA Cup or the League Cup, finish 4th, finish 6th, be better. Because then naturally, if we're better, we're going to have a better chance of winning those trophies and moving up the table. You took us backwards. How? How you fumbled this? I don't get it.
Well.
Yes, like I don't get, and I think 2 points off 17th. It might have changed now, but we was 2 points off 17th. I don't, and then your lineups don't make sense. But then you'll say certain things in the media, and I go, that makes perfect sense. But then you'll do the complete opposite with your lineup. And I'm like, you're not getting sacked. Why not experiment? Your tools are not the best currently. That I agree with. So try all the tools and experiment.
But you're not the only manager in that situation in the league, mate.
Yeah, like I just don't. I'm at a loss. That's worrying when managers start doing things and I don't understand as to why and can't fathom why. I go, what is it? Just turn stupid. That's what it is.
Yeah, but you know what it is, yeah? You know what's crazy? It's like, I think you have to have a lot of confidence here in yourself to take the Man United job anyway. Do you know what I mean? And the more I think about it, it's like the managers that come in, it's almost like they've got so much arrogance here that they just stop doing basic things, bro. Like these men almost think that they've got to do something. They just do unnecessary things, bro. You know them ones. Like,
Yeah.
I can't lie. It's one of them ones where I think when they get the job, yeah, they forget that just doing the basics is gonna win you most games. Like, as a football manager at a big club, you know, you never really need to do nothing extravagant to win games, bro. You more have to flex at the smaller clubs because you might need to make more tweaks. More times at a big club, just pick the right players, you'll win the game.
And you'll be all right. And like you mentioned there, do the basics, give the team the best platform to succeed. That's all you need to do. If you would have experimented and got these exact same results, I'd be much less critical with I'd be like, you're at least trying to fix it. And you did that initially. That's the crazy part. The Manchester derby, you dropped Rashford and Garnacho. So I thought he was going to continue in that vein and continue to drop players who are underperforming. But you persist with Højlund. You persist with you persist with Garnacho. You persist with why? Even when you said after the Lyon game, I'm going to rotate Garnacho and Højlund still in the lineup. Why? What can they show you in that game that you've not already seen prior? You've been here long enough. That's what don't make no. But then you'll say things afterwards like, I can't teach them where the goal is. We're struggling to score goals because you got two players out there who are non-goal scorers. They're non-goal scorers. And then they don't even have, so they don't get goals, they don't get assists, and then they don't even have the technical ability to keep the ball and keep it ticking. So what are they giving you? I'd love someone to ask, why do you persist with him? You telling me Cheeto and other attacking players can't do anything? And the window shows this.
But Cheeto hasn't even been given an opportunity though. This is my problem. My problem is the last game, against Newcastle. There's no reason that Cheeto don't start that game.
Play him against Wolves and Newcastle. He should start. Why?
100%, 100%. Especially the Wolves game, because like, how do you start Fredrickson, and Amas, but not start Cheeto, bro? When you know that Cheeto is not available for Europe anyway, so the only chance he's gonna get to get minutes is in the Premier League. You should be thinking about next season if you're really gonna be here.
Yeah, and
give him some minutes.
And that's it. Give him minutes because the thing is, he could be useful to you. Mentioned it there next season. That's why I wanted him to experiment. There's players who can not only help you win a trophy this season, there's also players who you can use next season in Europe if we're in it, also in the domestic cups and the Premier League. Why? That's just the biggest concern. And then you'll be stressed on the touchline. I'm like, this is your fault. You persist with these men. Don't tell me about training. Don't tell, like, you know they're non-goal scorers. The eye test, you have a better view than all of us. You watch these men week in, week out on match days, and you also watch them in training. There's no way Garnacho and Højlund are banging in training and then get to the game.
There's no way, innit? There's no way. There's no way, bro. We're playing against a lot of men that are worse than the guys they're training against. So, do you know what I mean? There's no way that these men are good in training. And this is what I mean. Like, it's weird, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy. And to this, in regards to it, Amanda says we should definitely get players who fit a different system. To me, I'm saying the club needs, I've said this for the club needs to pick a style and system and go with it. That's what they need to do. Because if we're going down this route and it's a back three thing and we're signing technical players who are physical and that's where we're going, okay, if we sack Amorim, the next manager should have a similar thought process.
But also, like, even when we look in this league, Marco Silva plays that formation. Can play that formation. Do you know what I mean? Glasner can play that formation. There's actually managers in
Forest do it as well.
Yeah. There you go. And Nuno can. Do you know what I mean? So there's managers in this league, that can play this formation, and I'm sure that Thomas Frank can play it as well because he's played a three at the back. So I don't think there's a shortage of managers. I don't think there's a shortage of managers in the league and also in the world that can play that three at the back system. The obviously the Atalanta manager plays that system. Do you know what I'm saying, bro? There's managers that there's managers that can play three at the back, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, so if we're deciding we're going to be a three at the back team, which I find is quite strange, but if we're deciding that that's going to be us going forward, who cares, bro? Like,
Yeah,
there's
my
enough.
thing is stick with it. If that's the way you've decided to go, stick with it. Hey, we are a back three club. So even if there's a top manager out there who's quality and is cleaning up, if he's a back four manager, don't go get him because he don't fit what we've got going on over here. Even if he cleans up, he could win a double somewhere. Let's say it's in, I don't know, Germany.
The one thing I say, like, the only specialist players, in the wing backs are the wing backs in that system. And to be honest, there ain't really many specialist wing backs in football, bro. A lot of these wing backs are either failed wingers, or fullbacks that can't defend. Fullbacks. You know them? Like, either way, like, they're misfits. You know them ones. So it's kind of like we could easily go back to a back four. And like I said before, I think if we move back to a back four right now, we get 10, 15, 20% more out of probably every player in this team.
Yeah, because the back three is a very specific system. Like the instructions are very, because it's not a system like you mentioned that is the regular one. Everyone plays, it's a back four, and then it's either a 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1. So not much really changes from the striker, the winger standpoint. The midfield, maybe it's a 6 and 2 8s, maybe it's 2 6s and a 10, whatever, 6, 8, and 10. That's the thing that is that varies and is different. But other than that, that is it. So most players are just naturally more used to it. Like you said, wingers are going to be used to playing left wing or right wing. Striker's a striker, for instance. So like that's where it is. But it seems we're buying multifunctional players, but they have to pick a style and stick with it. They have to.
Bro,
otherwise,
and even Eddie Howe, I think last time they beat Arsenal, I think he went to a back three for that game or a back five. So I think having a squad that can play both systems is not really a negative. Even if we were, for instance, to even if we were to go for a back four manager next, I just think that having a squad that we know that's capable of playing for both, it increases our chance of winning football matches, period. Do you know what I mean? Because we've seen Thomas Frank do it at Brentford. So I'm not against it. I'm not against it, but I think obviously if this manager doesn't survive long term, I don't think sticking with the back three is the way to go, because I think that it makes your search for players a bit more difficult. And also, not only does it make it more difficult, but you're bringing in players and asking them to do a job that they're currently not doing, which increases the likelihood that it's not going to work out for them. The same way we need to recruit from the Premier League, it would make sense to recruit players that understand the system, and it's going to be very difficult to find.
Cunha is one of them, actually, because
he is one of those. He absolutely is one of those players.
Played as a back three, so it's like, but this is the route. When they was hiring Amorim, this is the route they chose. So now you have to use your resources to back this. You could have went and got a back four manager. You chose to go get Amorim with the back three. Cool. Now there has to be further belief behind that. And I'm all for being able to switch systems, because you want as many you want to give the opposition as many different looks as possible. Because if they're training all week and planning against the back three, and then you turn up there with a back four, that throws their preparation out the window. It's like a boxer who's orthodox being able to fight southpaw. Of course, if you can fight southpaw, of course it throws it under. Crawford does it. I've seen Crawford, and I know you're a boxing man, so I've seen Crawford do that. He'll come out, you know what I'm saying, and he'll be orthodox. And then boom, man will fight southpaw for the next 6 rounds. How do you train for that when you don't know which Crawford you're going to get? Is he going to fight orthodox for the whole fight? Is it going to be southpaw? Is he going to mix up the two? So I'm all for it, 100%.
No, 100%. Like there's no. Obviously, this is a statement, but there's no source here. But man saying he has a strong belief United will win the Europa League. I don't think he does. I think that he's confident that he can. Like, to say that we will, do you know what I mean? I think man needs to chill, bro. This guy's getting his head slapped on the pavement every week. I don't think he can have a strong feeling about anything other than the fact that we're going to lose football matches, because that's the only thing that he's been proven, is that, we're getting slapped.
Yeah, my confidence is dwindling on the day in that semi-final. I'm not going to lie. The more I talk about it, the more I think about it and have conversations on a daily, I'm like, stylistically, I don't like how we match up against them. I really, really don't. I really, really don't. I hope I'm wrong, but it could be the end of the road. But man, we'll get to that closer to the time, which is next week. That's what I really did.
That's it. And facts about Angel, bro. We need to, bro, on a free, such a common sense signing to go and get. Do you know what I mean? It bolsters the squad. Another player that can play in multiple positions. He can also play in the 10, can also play in both the double pivots as a ball progressor in the first phase or as a 8. He can do both, man. Do you know what I'm
Yeah, cool.
saying?
Get him
So
on a free. Why not?
this is
Again,
what
it's
I
about
mean.
taking
It's the
advantage
most
of the
common
free.
sense signing
Yeah.
that these men can make, especially if we want to play possession-based football. He's one of the best players in possession. Like, he'll know players at the club. There's just so many reasons to make that signing, and it's free, bro. Like, the best way to bolster the squad is also to have a look at the free agent or market. Do you know what I mean?
Smart.
Don't tell me that about Jonathan David because he's a scrub, yeah. But it's one of them ones where if we can get a player from there, 1 or 2 players from there as well, I think it's a good place to look.
100%. And it's not just with Gomez, it's with others. But again, this ties into what we were talking about, it being difficult to recruit for this system. This is why you need to take advantage of absolutely everything. So go get players on the free. If it's Gomez and one other, and that way you save the money. And it's probably not going to be big wages for most either. So yeah, I have no qualms with that. I'm just hoping we take advantage because we need players, people. And we need quality. Like, without that, because we're not going to bring in 10, 11 signings in regards to money. So if you can get a couple of players for free, that comes. So rather than sign 6 players, we now got 8. That could be the difference in us winning a trophy or not winning a trophy, or finishing 8th or finishing 6th, or 6th or 4th, or whatever the case may be. Because loss of form will happen, injuries will happen. You have to plan for everything across the season. And we are literally on the floor in regards to where we're at as a football club, worst it's ever been. And that's with whether we win the Europa League or not. So we'll see what happens. And I know you put up the last comment about Ange Postecoglou as well with him at Spurs. He's definitely leaving regardless.
Yeah, 100%. You can see that there's been a disconnect between him and the owners. You know them ones. Obviously, they're not on the same page. And like, brother, the only reason why they ain't sacked him is probably because it's cheaper not to. You know what I mean? Yeah, because no managers survived at Spurs. You know, he did not like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is the worst I've seen Tottenham in a while.
Yes.
And you know what I mean? I don't remember Conte being this bad. I don't remember Jose being this bad. And he got sacked. So I can only believe that they're not sacking him, but it's understood that at the end of the season he ain't gonna be there, innit? And they've been linked with Iraola, who's a good coach, man. So I think that they'll make some moves. They're both 2 coaches that I would absolutely take at United.
Who Iraola and Frank, especially Iraola. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan, 100%. And Frank does also play this back 3 system as well. So now I hear you. And in regards to Semenyo, good player. I do rate Semenyo.
He's a good player, but I've been hearing some fuckeries about them man wants 60 mil on that.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. But good player. But when you look at Diblin or and then Bremo, they're players I would take over him. But I do like Semenyo in terms of his profile and his makeup. But it's again price. Like with most players with me, actually, all players, price.
Semenyo is more physical and less technical than
Cunha.
But also less technical than
a
Diblin or an Mbeumo. And if they're quoting 60 million, he's gonna cost more than both of them. So to me, it don't really make sense. The man said Semenyo's a Super Saiyan Doku, you know, bro. It's crazy the way he just leans on players, and just, bro. He's like almost like Adama, with football IQ. You know,
he's got more productivity than an Adama. Yeah,
he's like Adama if he understood what football was. You know them ones, because Adama looks like someone snatched him from an NFL combine. Do you know what I mean? He don't even look like
a linebacker.
He don't look like he knows how to play football, innit? He looks like he plays the other football. So man don't really know about that. But I think that there's a real possibility that we have a really good window here, and also that people are going to be surprised at how productive we can be, because we have a lot of things that we can move, a lot of players that we can move.
A hell of a lot. That's why I don't worry when people were talking about money. I keep saying this in regards to Manchester United. Can we go out there and spend 400, 500 million in the summer? No. But I keep saying this when people are like, Manchester United are broke. Manchester United are what I call rich broke people. Like, there's a difference between that. We are rich. We are broke, but being rich. So, for instance, you know what I'm saying? If Jay-Z woke up and had $1 million in his account, he's broke. Give me $1 million. I'm rich. That's the difference. That's Manchester
100%.
United in a nutshell. In a nutshell. And also, not only on top of having money. So let's say we have
Kanye West broke in it. He's like, I ain't a billionaire no more. I lost my billionaire status. You know what I mean?
That's it. Kanye West, he's not a billionaire no more, so he's broke.
Well,
you know
he is now.
saying?
Apparently, he's a billionaire again. But
He's obviously got it back there. But when he lost it,
his billionaire status with the Adidas deal, and he was like, "Right, like man's rich broke now." You know what I'm saying?
He's rich broke. It's like the company. It's like the company Nike. They woke up and only had 5 million in their account. They're broke because Nike is a multi-billionaire company. That's what it is with Manchester United. So we can still spend, and that's why you see the Delap news, the Cunha news. We're not paying these lot with magic beads. So there's money there already in the pot. And like we mentioned, the amount of players to sell. Rashford, they're saying 40 million. Sancho's 25 million. So that's 65 million right there, just off rip. Let's say Anthony's 15. That's 80 million right there. Add Malacia is 10 million. That's 90 million.
And if that is a 40 million for Rashford, that's a 40 million pure profit, 40 million.
There we go.
So it's not the same as 40 million for a player that we paid money for.
Yes.
Exactly. So if you got 40 million for him and Garnacho, that's 80 million pure profit, which means
let's say 40 for
that man can spend. We can spend what nearly treble that if we really wanted.
Not a problem whatsoever. So it's like that's where it is with that. So that's why I never worried about the spending power. My problem is spending smart, which it seems from the jump we're doing, and it's something we've done so far. That's one thing about Ineos I credit them for. I like our signings. Only when I look at funny is Agate. The rest of them, the summer window and the January window, I go price point, wages. Yes, I look at Euro, Maz, Delap, Xerxes, Heaven, Dorgu. 6 out of 7 is a good return. That's a good return.
Brother, it's a great return. When I broke down, Chelsea's return on the 1.5 billion that they spent, and they got like 4 good players out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, listen, 6 out of 7 is solid. You know what I mean?
Exceptional. Remember, I would have took 5 out of 7. Every 7 players, 6 hit. I'm like, all right, cool. That's where I'm at with it, and it seems that's the going away.
Even 5.
Yeah, 5. Like as I said, bare minimum 5.
Yeah, 5 out of 7 is exceptional. Yeah, 5 out of 7 is still elite recruitment. Yes. You know that one.
And that's what we need. Much more hits than misses, people, because we've had too many. And it seems they got it right. January, Dorgu, like Heaven on a free, cool. Is Dorgu worth the 25? Has he shown me 25 million worth of play so far? Yes.
Yeah, for sure. For 25 million. Yeah, I've seen enough. He's a 25 million player. Like, we didn't get bumped.
We didn't get bumped, because if he was 125 million, everybody would be talking about how he got bumped. Because everyone likes to talk about players performing poorly when they're expensive. But when players are cheaper or they're middle ground and they perform to a good level, people don't talk about it. Maz was 12 million. Nobody talks about it. Steal for 12 million. Delap was 40 million. Steal. Heaven was on a 3.
No one even talks about the fact that Delap was 40 million, bro. And you know what is? And our Man United fans are underestimating and underrating how good Delap is. Like, Delap is quality. Do you know what I'm saying? And the thing is, we're noticeably worse when he doesn't play.
Yes, because you have Maguire who can't do anywhere what he does, because he don't have the IQ, the positioning, or the recovery pace. He's like Maguire's a terrible version of Delap. Like Delap does Delap is everything.
He does everything. Yeah, and he does it better. He does everything that Maguire does better and at a higher pace. Do you know what I'm saying? Everything.
Quicker. He's got the physicality to. He's not the quickest, but he can accelerate. And because he has better positioning, he's normally there anyway. He has fantastic anticipation. His position and anticipation is very, very good. That's why you'll see him get across and make the slide tackle. He was there just before he got it. He sensed the danger. Technically, he's fine. Good aerially as well, and then physicality is fine. I rarely see him. I'm like, you got bullied there. Good agility, good balance for someone of his height also. So yeah, with him and Yoro's showing his work, he's improved like Xerxes. Yoro's got better as the season has progressed, and important games as well, in particular.
Yoro's showing out now. Do you know what I'm saying?
He's performing better. Maz
consistently as well.
Heaven we already spoke about as well, and then the 2 in January. So if we can get 7 players in and 6 of them hit, it's definitely massive steps in the right direction.
Yeah, facts, man. And Paul, bro, listen. Jim is that asset. He's asset rich and cash light blood. You know what I'm saying? We wanted them Qataris to cut through with the duffel bag. Do you know what I'm saying? And say, yo, man are not even doing this bank transfer. It's like weigh the bag. Weigh the bag, fam. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of money them man have got. It's a weigh the bag thing. You know them ones, they're putting the bag on the scales. Like, man don't know about that kind of money.
I mean,
Do
the
you know what I'm
Franklin and
saying?
Snowfall, man, when he went to the island, this is what it is with the money in
That's
the
it.
bag. That's it.
Bro,
Yeah.
oh, that's it. Weigh the bag, cuz.
Right
You know what I'm saying? And that's the kind of money that's the kind of money we wanted. Jim's thing is, oh yeah, like I know people in it. Like, man will be able to leverage this, leverage that. Bro, just weigh the bag, bro. Man, drop
and
the bag on the
investments.
scales. You know, like that. But in terms of recruitment, Ineos, them man are showing us. Like, even the players we're getting linked with, we ain't getting linked with shit players no more. Bro, under 10 Hog, who's getting linked with Brian Brobby and that? You man forgotten. And Donny Marlon and them man there. Marlon don't even start for Villa.
Yeah, we got linked with Marlon and
we got linked with Marlon, bro. We were getting linked with these scrubby Dutch players, bro. That's who we were getting linked with. These stinky SEG guys, bro. Absolute monkeys we were getting linked with, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And now we're getting proper players, bro. Do you know what I mean?
Getting players you look at that you're excited about, like the Cunha one. That's why I'm keeping my feet on the ground with that. Because I'm looking at that thing, yeah. I got
El Ghazi, man, they remember the El Ghazi tick. Hey, bro, we were getting linked with absolute bumps. Do you know what I mean? El Ghazi, bruv. Do you see what I mean? This is it. The El Ghazi thing is crazy, you know.
It was bad. I remember El Ghazi and Brobby and them players there and Marlon and that. Oh, Lord.
Oh, this is what I'm trying to say. So, because we get linked with those things, yeah, bro, it's nasty, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, we were eating out the recycle bin, bro, like with Ten Hag, bro. So, it's one of them things where now, hey, listen, every player we are getting linked with, yeah, is a footballer, bro.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Like,
no matter who ends up at Man United, yeah. Imagine if like, oh, I'm disappointed we didn't get Delap, but we get Osimhen instead. All right, cool.
Yeah.
You know them ones there.
Osimhen, we got Mateta. You go, all right.
Yeah, all right, cool. We got Mateta instead. All right, what? We got our third choice. It's Mateta safe.
Yeah,
you know them ones there. I'll run that.
Like we didn't get Diblin, but all right, we got Semenyo. All right, it makes sense. I understand.
Cool.
I get it.
That's what I'm saying. Like if we don't end up getting Diblin, we get Semenyo. But all right, cool.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I went Tyler Diblin, but Semenyo, cool. I can see it.
Yeah,
do you know what I'm saying?
You understand it. I understand the vision. Like you get like, oh yeah, that makes sense. As why you would go and get such and such. It's not like who or why, what, really? How do they fit in? That's one thing we've not discussed. We have not discussed or asked the question: how does Cunha fit in the side? How would Delap fit in the side? How would Osimhen fit in it? There's no discussion of that whatsoever. How would Diblin do here? Where would he play? Is no, but that's a statement of intent. That fills me with confidence. Because too many times we've just been I keep saying this for holes where it's like what we can do for them. How are we the employee? I'm sorry, the employer, and it's what we can do for you. Imagine you go to a job interview and you're like, what can you do for me? Like, no, we're interviewing you. How many times at Manchester United is it remontadas, or we can get the best out of such and such? Or if we could get him to what he was like 2 years ago. No. And what is he like now? Where's his level now? Why is his level not high now? Why do we have to take him back to no, and we're paying money for you as well. What is going on with Cunha? There's none of that. Right. Cunha's like, we know the level we're getting. He improves us. He walks into the first team. Cool. Same with the Delap. Same with Diblin, Semenyo. All these players make sense wherever you have them. Same with the Osimhen as well. So yeah, I'm with it.
100%. I big up for this comment, Areola. You know what? I didn't remember, but I remember they absolutely killed us here, and I'd give him the job just because of that. I'll be real, because that's the disciple of Bielsa, bro. Like, bro, listen, brother, man got absolutely smoked, bro. That's one of the worst days of my life. You know that one. It's one of my worst days of my life as a Man United fan.
I raised it from my memory them ones.
You know them ones. So it's just one of those things. I can't lie, bro. Like, bro, Man United got beat so bad. It was one of them ones where I was like, bro, like maybe my whole life is a lie, bro. You know them ones.
It's one of the last kickings that make you contemplate life.
Yeah, bro. Because it's like, bro, you're going to school, yeah, like, and you're going work and you're doing all these things, and you're just, bro, when you grew up a Man United fan, man needs to understand, yeah, that like
the dominance.
Man, bruv, man were beating up teams so badly, yeah. Do you know what I mean? That is like, man was going outside with irrational confidence.
Of course.
You know them ones. And then we got beat so bad, I was like, rare. We might actually be shit, blood. Like the whole thing might be like it's
we're just not that anymore. You know
like we might be shit, you know, because it's like man weren't really rating La Liga like that at the time, and they've never really been a big team like that. You know them ones. So to get the breaks beaten off you by a team that man don't even rate like that, it's like, right, we might be shit.
Yo, man, Debo, we got hit by the brick. That's what happened.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what happened, man. You know
But that's what I'm saying.
We've been the bully, man. You know what I'm saying? That man took it in chains and taking off jewelry and that. We did that for years.
Yeah,
that's what it is. And then we got hit with the brick, and it's like, oh. And then we just been getting, and then people are like, realize like, oh, these man bleed. All right, cool. You know what I'm saying? And that, like, it is what it is. Like, we was Suge Knight in the 90s. That's what we was. Yeah. Just terrorizing people. Just terrorize. And then now all of a sudden you see people running up on Suge Knight, punched him in the face. All that. That would have never happened in the 90s. Never.
But man lost his aura, you know that one.
Man lost his aura. Man are knocking him out. You got the guy on camera who knocked him out. Akon's, I think it was Akon's manager. Akon spoke on it. Akon's manager knocked him out, or someone in his team in a club. You know what I'm saying? And that knocked him out. Yeah, man. Like, that's it. Like, for those that know that older, know about Suge Knight, but now man just put hands on him.
Yeah,
2 people knocked it, and one of them's on video of you getting knocked out. Even when he RIP to the guy he ran over when on the NWA set when he was in the car. He was getting punched when he was driving. That's why he reversed. You go watch the video. That's 3 occasions. It's mad. Mad. Suge Knight, you know.
No, facts.
His reputation preceded him.
But this is what I'm trying to say, bro. The respect's not there no more. So
ain't nowhere no more. And that's us. The respect. So that's you have to go get that back now.
That's crazy, bro. I'm saying that is it, man.
With the ball
that's crazy. But nah, it's facts. So I don't know, man. Like this summer could potentially be great, but don't get it twisted. If man don't win the Europa League, my head's gone anyway. You know them was like, brother. That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, all this news is mad positive, yeah. Because we can't pretend that we wasn't getting linked with these shit players under the previous regime, yeah. And since Ineos has come in, we've only been linked with good players. Even the young players, yeah, that we've been linked with, I can see it. And even look at the Aiden Heaven signing. We would have never made that signing before, bro. 1 million for that you, and he stepped into the team ready to play. Like when they said he got signed as a first team player, I said, nah, you're bullshitting me. The brother stepped in and he's ready to play now.
And then I watched him like in the first 10 minutes and I went, oh, yeah. You a baller still. Play him. Yeah. I was advocating. I'm saying play to the point when we got injured, we was worried as a fan base. We was like, oh, is Heaven going to play again? You know, so we did again. That's where the positives lie. Well, in regards to the Europa League, can we win it? Yes. And it's not even so much of our brilliance, is because I think the competition in terms of quality is awful. It's dreadful. We're an awful outfit. We know how bad Spurs are. They've got, I think, 18 losses in the Premier League. Dreadful. And they'll probably lose. They could end the season with 20 losses. That tells you their level. Bodo Glint, our Norwegian side.
I think Bodo Glint could run them over still. Because
they could. Second leg over there, of course. If they don't win big in the home leg, of course. And Bilbao, as much as I rate them, and I think they're the best team left in the competition, the fact that they got held by a 10-man Rangers gives me confidence, because Rangers are not a good outfit. 10-man Rangers, even though it was at Ibrox. Like, we can get at these teams. And again, it's not because of our great quality, because we don't have that. The quality is severely lacking in this competition. I've been saying this. Lyon, I weren't impressed with. We would have went out. I would have been livid, not only because of the manner in which we did. They're not a good side.
Facts.
Sociedad, dreadful. Sociedad are one of the worst sides we played over those 2 legs. I think they were awful. Like, I watching them and I was like, this, because people was hyping these man up to me. La Liga
man ain't it.
And there's certain things you mentioned it about Bilbao when we played them years ago. With La Liga, there's certain things I associate with their teams. They're going to have technically good players, be technically sound, and move the ball sharp, and it's going to be a raucous atmosphere. It's quiet. It's like a preseason game over there at their place. Same way with the Lyon.
Them man didn't believe, blood. You know them.
Don't believe the Lyon. It's like in the second leg at OT, we both realized, hey, you know what? There's a European semi-final stake, and everyone started playing because it was just pedestrian. It was like a preseason. So I look at that and go, can we keep the tie alive coming back here? Just don't lose out there. If we don't lose, we got a shot. I think if we lose, it's over. If we lose out there, even if it's by a goal. That's how I'm looking at it. That's how I'm looking at it.
I agree. And Ayushi says Wilcox wants Delap, Amorim wants Osimhen. Yeah, that's likely gonna happen, bro. Like, I'll let Wilcox get who he wants, bro. Because personally, Wilcox is the guy that I trust, bro. He's the only person at the club that I trust when it comes to recruiting players. And he's gonna be the only one that's there long term, bro. So if Wilcox wants Delap, then we get fucking Delap, mate. You know the ones there. Like that's the way I stand. But again, if they go and get Osimhen for this manager, yeah, again we have to hit the ground running. We have to. There's none of this gelling. There's none.
We better see vast improvements rapidly.
Exactly. And this is my thing. But I think that Delap has more qualities to his game. He fits more different systems. He fits more different managers. Delap reminds me of, like I've said loads of times, he reminds me of Kane a little bit, like a younger Kane, in terms of like he can play in any kind of system for any kind of manager because he's got a broad range of qualities in it. Whereas I think Osimhen's qualities are very, very distinct. Do you know what I mean? And certain managers, either a manager likes a striker like him or you don't. It's just like Erling. Either you like a striker like Erling or you don't. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Erling's not gonna help you in the job. You know he's not gonna get you loads of assists. He's not gonna necessarily help you with pressing. He's not gonna help you with but he gets you goals. Like, not every manager likes that. Like, there's nothing about Delap's game that wouldn't fit any system, bro.
He's mobile as well. He's mobile. He's mobile. That's one thing I do like him. He does have that. Yeah, he does have that turn of pace, and he can carry the ball as well. I like it, 100%. And yeah, Common, you should sign for the club, and that's on the club to have an idea of what our player profile shouldn't change.
Yeah,
whatever the profile is for every position should not change. The quality might dip in regards to, all right, if we get our second or third options, but the quality, I mean, not the quality, the profile should remain the same. We sign strikers who do this. Now, you might have a slight change and different because you want a different approach, but I'm saying there should be certain basics. There should be a baseline. All right, they do this, this, and this very well. And then the other intangibles might be slightly different, but we move. And I'm loving them links with the moves away, even the goalkeeper, Ronaldo. You know what I'm saying? I'm hearing Saudi want him game gun, man. Game gun.
Bro, listen, get him gone, bro. And we've seen he's only on 100 and
game gun.
He's only on 120 grand a week or something like that. So, brother, we could even keep him and just bench him, bro, and sign another goalkeeper. Like, he doesn't have to start.
As long as he's not playing, I just don't want him. He's not in the squad, but just don't want him playing. Go sign a goalkeeper. I don't want him. He's such a. You almost cost us this Leon tie. You opened your mouth saying that dumb stuff. No one's asked you to say that. Why are you adding spotlight to yourself and then the manager braked him for protecting him against Newcastle for a mental break? You caused this. You said, hey, I'm going to trouble these lot and fight and got beat up, and now you don't want to fight no more. You caused this.
Yeah, 100%. And also, where is it before you wrap? Yeah, Greenwood as well. Like, bro, like the brother's got bare goals, and I think we got 50% sell on, so there might be money coming from him because I have a feeling someone's gonna sign that you in the summer, bro. I think he scored nearly 20 goals, bro. At the moment, I think I've seen he's on like 16 or something like that. 16.
It's all going crazy at Marseille as well.
I think he's on like 16 league goals or something like that, bro. I think he's second behind Dembele as top scorer in the league or something. I saw today, I believe.
All right.
So 18 he's on. Fuck. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I mean, bro. Come on, man. Do you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get money for him as well, bro, in the summer. So nah, man, listen, there's gonna be movements in the summer, man. I just hope that it's off the back of winning a trophy, or else it's gonna be bittersweet for me because literally, I'm gonna be excited about the signings, but I am going to be applying a lot of pressure to this manager. Like, I don't care. Like, if he doesn't win a trophy, if he does not win a trophy this season, bruv, like literally he's got till Christmas.
That's fine.
And knowing me, he probably ain't even got till Christmas.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
no, he might have till Halloween.
I think you give him like October.
September. Yeah, bro, he might have till Halloween.
And like, September, early October.
Brother, I'll be real. Like, I can't lie. He's probably got like 6 games or something. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's probably got like 5, 6 games before I lose my mind.
I know you well enough, fam. That's why I said it. I said 5 games, which is probably going to be September, October times, depending on that. And obviously, signings is dependent on that as well, because your expectations are going to change depending on signings, as will mine. That's where I'm at with it. Who do we get? How good do I think the team is? Also, the opposition as well, the rest of the league, who improves, who falls off, and then I'll be able to gauge like, all right, we're going to do this, and that. That's where I'm at.
100%. So now we just need to see, man. But he has to win. He has to win a trophy to get till Christmas. And that's just what it is. If you don't win a trophy, then I can't lie. It's 5 games, bro.
And even with me, even if he does win the trophy, I'm still like, okay, plus column. I'm still assessing you.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, bro, I did want Ten Hag out in preseason because I saw that nothing changed. I was like, nah, this is crazy. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. We just need to see what go on anyway, people. But the signs are positive. I can't pretend that Ineos aren't our recruitment team, should I say, because it's not
The
obviously
recruitment team is doing very
thing.
well.
Do you know what I mean? Vivell, Wilcox, they're doing well. Do you know what I mean? And you know that Amarim, we're not really getting linked with ex-Amarim players, which tells me that he's not really got much input, which is exactly how it should be, because we did get linked with Trincao and Quenda, but those were loose. Do you know what I mean? Like the report said that Man United were aware of
quiet as well.
Yeah, Man United were aware of Quenda to Chelsea, and they said, "Yeah, we're not making a move, mate." You know them ones. It was
he's going there. That's why he's not there until 2026, and we need now.
And United were like, "Yo, he's not a priority." You know what I mean? So United are aware of what's going on because George Mendes is that's Cunha's agent. So don't think there's not a direct line.
Yeah,
there is. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of them things where I think that we're doing the right things. We're not giving the manager
too much power. He'll be involved as he should be, but it shouldn't be all on him.
His involvement will be minimal. His involvement will be like, cool, you're in the room, cuz. That's the involvement. You're in the room. How do you like the sound of this? Do you like the sound of this? Yeah, you like it? Cool, good for you, bro. We'll let you know, innit? It's that.
Yeah, I get you. I fully get that.
Which is great. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, we'll see, man. But honestly, yeah, big up everyone in the chat. It's been a super lit show. Make sure you subscribe to Sarcasm City as well. Closing in on another milestone. Fam, what, less than 200 away now, isn't
it? Yeah, just under 200 away now from 15K. So we're gonna get there at some point soon. So yeah, man. Big up, man, every single time for having me on the show. Rant's always good chopping it up as well. Big up to the chat. Big up everyone, man, in the chat. You lot are absolute real ones also, man. So blessings, man. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you having me on here as always, and I hope you like enjoyed the conversation, man, in the chat and anyone watching.
100%, people. You already know what time it is. Make sure you subscribe to the Clips page, closing in on 10K as well.
Love that.
Yeah, I think we're a couple hundred away, I believe. So yeah, you keep following that, and there's 3 uploads a day on that. You know what I mean? And then obviously multiple streams on here, so the streets are getting fed, people. So yeah, big up. We're back in 20 minutes for the City game. Do you know what I mean? So I'm going to redirect you guys over to the watch along.